draw exactly, you know, the shapes of the eyes. Okay, for instance, I can do this here, in which I can still see them pretty good. You get what I'm saying? You can still do it that way. However, this is something that takes time to be able to do. Okay, so as a beginner, if I would have had a teacher to teach me this, what I would have done was I would have I would have started with a more basic idea, where you draw specific. You're drawing specific eyes. But the problem with the eyes was, which I didn't know, was that most people, this is just a condition of the eye. In other words, the eye doesn't normally stay in a specific position because of the fact that we have this thing called emotions. Okay? And when we experience a different emotion, right, well, what happens? Right? All that kind of stuff happens. And that is what a caricature is. A caricature is, instead of doing this, I use simple circles or shapes that make me feel. So let's just say I want to draw a circle. Okay, this is how it works in theory. Okay, when you have circles, circles make things look more dynamic in the first place, right? Now, once we have the circle, we see the guys looking over here, right? So what we do is we capture the angle that he's looking at, okay, which you can see that angle is going that way, and then we put the eyes inside of that, okay? This gives us a simple way to illustrate his eyes without worrying about all these freaking details that we don't need. You know what I'm saying? So then from there, we come back and we do this. And then and then we put our glasses here. Okay. So if you can look here at the if you look here at the feeling, the overall feeling of the drawing, okay, you'll have to admit that this drawing, even though primitive, looks more like a cartoon than that drawing. You see, this is different. This is more like, I'll tell you what, think of Family Guy. Family Guy did this best. The writers of Family Guy thought about this. Right? He's drawing all these characters in different scenes and different emotions. You don't have time to draw these specific ideas. So what you want to do is you want to what I like to do is go right to the point and just draw the emotion. When I first started drawing caricature, I wanted to draw specific ideas. Okay, specific. Very specific. Again, this is a skill that takes time to build if you want to go that way. Okay. You see? However, over here, we want to animate it. Okay. So with the animation, what we want to do is we want to think of something else. So maybe what I might do here is I might do the circles. You can make them asymmetrical. I think that's the right word, where one's bigger than the other one. Is that what that word? Asymmetrical. Did I say the right word? I think it was. Well, you can make one bigger than the other one. I think that's what it is. Okay. And then what happens is look at this eye. It's closed. And look at this eye. It's more open. You see? So what happens is your eyes tend to have a much easier time drawing your eye shape. Then you wanted was to be able to get the emotion of my character, not just these specific eye shapes that lead to portrait. Portrait. Okay? Versus cartoon. What time is it? Just like that.